I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ha-Rakah Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And also I want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth week in and week out in the streets of Babylon. Alright, so I'm in Deuteronomy 32:1. It says, Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. Alright, so let's go precept that real quick. We're going to go to Isaiah 1 and verse 2. It says, Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up sons, and they have rebelled against me. Because that word children means sons in the Hebrew. It says, The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. So, back in Deuteronomy 32, Yahweh said, I will speak and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. All right. So that's what the prophets are doing now. We are the mouth of Yahweh. We're literally fishing for the elect, sealing the elect. So, right in, we do have odds against us, but nevertheless, Yahweh is, his script will be played out. All right, because the Bible's like a movie. That's why they call it the scriptures, because it's a script that he's already written out, and none of his prophecies, none of his word is void or unfaithful. We know that the word is faithful and true. All right, but see the odds against. Well, you would think the odds were against us, but we have Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem on our side. So you look at verse Isaiah 1 and 3. It says, The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Okay, that's why you have the so-called black man, so-called Hispanic, and so-called Native American. The prophets have to teach them who they are, because they don't consider who they are. They don't consider they're the Israelites. All right? They're too busy caught up in their bywords that their oppressor has given them. All right? And in verse 3, when he's comparing Israel to an ox, the ox is known to be a dumb animal. All right? Dumb as an ox. So he's so dumb, that's that phrase, dumb as an ox. But yet, he knows more than Israel does. So what does that make you, Jakes? Makes you real dumb. All right. All right. Go back to Deuteronomy 32. We're on verse 2. My doctrine shall drop as the rain. My speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. And that word grass is a metaphor for people or numbers of sons, because the elect. Hey, that's what we're doing. This doctrine of Yahweh's is going to drop as the rain on all of Israel. All right. But we know that only 1/3 of Israel will hearken to the truth. The other 2/3 are going to stay wicked. All right. So there's going to be some bad grass and some good grass, You could see that in nature. When you have a yard, sometimes you have, a vibrant green grass. Then you have the dead grass, which is like yellowish color. That's in nature. That would be an example of the 2/3 and the 1/3 and the prophets. All right. So I'm going to go to Psalms 72 and 6. Really quick, and just that's the only one I want to bring out, 72 and 6. And it says, He shall come down like the rain upon the mown grass, as showers that water the earth. Alright, so literally the elect, we're coming down like the rain, through Yahweh's word has been given to us, and now we're basically watering the grass, Another metaphor for it, is like feeding the flock. Alright. Then we're going to go to Isaiah 55 and 10 and 11. We'll read 10 and 11. It says, For as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish which I please, and it shall prosper in the things whereto I sent it. Alright, so literally, this is dealing with sealing the elect, alright? Because the prophets were only out there for one group of people, and that's the elect. And the 1/3 will listen, but we're actually trying to seal the 144,000 prophets of the men of Israel when we go out and teach. Alright? And elders have brought it out time and time again. The elect have already been sealed. So, at this point, we're just sharpening each other, the prophets. We watch each other's videos. So we're learning from each other, and through the Holy Spirit. You may be confounded on a chapter or a verse, and you watch a video, and somebody from the congregation of not usually, but somebody I would say of the congregation of GMS, is going to have an understanding and break it down and expound on that chapter for you, so you have a better and deeper knowledge and understanding. All right. So, like it says over here in verse 11, the word goes forth out from the mouth. What is the mouth? It's the prophets. And it's not going to return to him void, because Yahweh, whatever he's written, it's going to happen. All right. And it happens as he pleases. It will happen. All right. And it's prospering, right? Through the internet, through the elders, through the 144,000 who are teaching, the ones that are at least alive, and not in the spirit realm, because some of them have passed already. But, the ones who are doing the work on the videos and on the streets, we are the ones who are making this thing prosper through the Holy Spirit and through Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem. Alright? So, now I'm going to go back to Deuteronomy. And we'll go to 32 again, verse 3. Because I will publish the name of the Lord, ascribe ye greatness unto our Yahweh. So the word's been published, man. It's been written. All right, it's been documented. All right. I'm going to jump to 5. They have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his sons. They are a perverse and crooked generation. All right, so Israel is stubborn. We read about how they don't even know who their owner is, but the dumbass ox knows who his owner is. But Israel, and I should say Jake don't know his owner, They don't know their power in these times. That's why you have all these 2/3 that are just, annoying as hell, with their beliefs and their doctrines, because they've forsaken their power, But we're over here on, let's go to Deuteronomy 31, and we'll go to 29. It says, "For I know that after," this is Moses talking to the children of Israel because they're so stubborn, right? The 2/3. Let's start at let's start at 26. "Take this book of the law and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of Yahweh your power, that it may be there for a witness against thee." All right, so the Bible is a witness not only against the heathen and the, and the, I should say the Edomites and the heathen, but it's actually against the 2/3 also of Israel, because they don't know their power. They don't know their God. All right, so the scriptures are a witness, right? Is it not speaking about Jacob not knowing who his owner is? But a dumbass ox knows who his owner is. All right? So that's a witness against Jake, against these 2/3. Verse 27. "For I know thy rebellion and thy stiff neck. Behold, while I am yet alive with you this day, ye have been rebellious against the Lord, and how much more after my death." And this is Moses addressing the nation of Israel, all right? Because the nation of Israel was stubborn during Moses' time, just like they are now, all right? Verse 28, it's the same spirits regenerated, all right? Verse 28, "Gather unto me all the elders of your tribes and your officers, that I may speak these words in their ears, and call heaven and earth to record against them." Again, it's basically a publication, a documented, a document that is testifying against these 2/3, not only the, Esau and the heathen, but also the 2/3 who are stubborn out of Israel. Verse 29, "For I know that after my death ye will utterly corrupt yourselves and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you, and evil will befall you in the latter days, because you will do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger through the work of your hands." And Moses spake in the ears of all the congregation of Israel the words of this song, until they were ended. So now in these latter days, the Israelites, they don't even know what what their purpose is. They don't even know who they are. That's why you have them in Esau's army, with carrying the doctrine and fighting for the policies of their enemy. All right. If the nation of Israel knew who they were, they wouldn't be part of the beast's military system. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have no Latinos for Trump, You wouldn't have no blacks for Trump. That's what they do these marketing schemes and these, when they do these campaign rallies, and they have stupid Jakes, supporting the devil, So let's read the middle of verse 29 again. "And evil will befall you in the latter days, because ye will do evil in the sight of Yahweh, to provoke him to anger through the work of your hands." All right, so that's showing you that there is going to be destruction upon Israel. Well, I should say Jakes, because you got to become an Israelite,